Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to the channel update for October 2016. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're officially in the spookiest part of the year. This is when it all goes down. This is when the spook goes into overdrive, when all those skeletons inside everyone are itching to just burst out, when the clowns finally rise up to attack. You know all those news stories you've been hearing about? All those creepy clown dress motherfuckers standing in the side of the woods? That's what they've been waiting for. They've been waiting for Halloween. But thankfully, Halloween is only one day of the month. So you still got time to prepare. You still got, a few weeks left. But that still doesn't stop everyone else on goddamn YouTube from making spoopy content. So yeah, this is the time of the month where everyone basically has carte blanche to whip out all the jack-o'-lanterns, all the skeletons and the spooky video games, and just unleash an absolute torrent of Halloween-themed content. Me, personally, I'm not really down for that kind of thing, namely because I'm really rubbish at planning ahead. I'm not very good at preparing for this kind of stuff. I don't do seasonal very well, but that said, near the end of this month, there is a mod that I've been keeping an eye on that's due to release. It's going to be an alpha version. You may have heard of it. It's called Total Chaos, and it is the most amazing looking Doom mod I have seen, and that is not hyperbole. That is genuine. Because you'll look at a few of the screenshots of this thing, you'll look at some of the videos that have been released for it, and you'll think, bullshit, there is no way in hell that is running in Doom. Or even on GZ Doom. You know, I've covered a lot of stuff that runs on GZ Doom, and, admittedly, it looks nice in an old chunky kind of way, but never have I seen anything look quite like Total Chaos. So hopefully before the end of the month, they're trying to get it pushed out before the 30th or the 31st of October, and I'll be able to give it a whirl for all you guys, and hopefully get my designated dose of Russell Jimmies as a result. I am saying Russell Jimmies a lot just to annoy that one guy that thinks I'm using the phrase wrong. No one gives a shit. I'm gonna use it anyway. But yeah, in general, it's been a pretty uneventful month for me, all things considered, especially when you compare it against the giddy heights of the release of H-Doom last month. That was very much a peak. Everything else after that just feels kind of vanilla as a result. But, I've enjoyed my time with a few of the other Doom mods I've covered in the meantime. Really enjoyed You Dig. Really enjoyed City of the Damned Apocalypse. That is a damn good mod. And a little disappointed by Unloved, the mod version. Catastrophically disappointed by the full game version. Good grief, was that a letdown. I was really genuinely hoping that the creator of that was going to build on top of what he started with the mod, but instead just went a completely different, really dumb direction, in my opinion. Some people like it. There's certainly a rating on the Steam page there that says most people have an overwhelmingly positive reaction to it, and I'm like, really? Did we play the same game? But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm already anticipating the torrent of people telling me I'm wrong in the comments of that review. But yeah, it's all been plain sailing, really. I've been watching a little bit more anime. I finished ReZero, which is quite entertaining, and then I watched Mob Psycho 100, which absolutely blows ReZero out of the water. It's, only 13 episodes long? It's like almost half the length of ReZero, but is just so much more satisfying as an anime. If you're a fan of One Punch Man or have been interested in checking it out, you should really point your eyes over to Mob Psycho 100. It is a lot of fun. It's about this socially awkward psychic kid, and it is just handled in a wonderful, fantastic way. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll think things are absolutely, utterly badass, but yeah. If you're interested in animation, if you like a bit of the anime, if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch Mob Psycho 100 right now. But, oh god, yeah, I forgot. Can't believe I forgot about this. Some of my videos got featured on a news article on Le Monde. Now, if you don't know what Le Monde is, it's a pretty major French news site / organization. I'm not entirely sure on the specifics, but they've also got a section on the site called Pixels, There should be a screenshot on screen right now, but it was talking about the phenomena of the demake, more specifically about the No Man's Sky Doom mod. And as I scrolled down the page, I noticed that one of my videos was embedded there as well, which was for Pirate Doom. And then much further down at the bottom was one of my really early ones, Donkey Kong Doom as well. And that just kind of blew my mind. I never really expected to see my content featured on a site like that. So that was definitely a little bit of a boost to the old ego there. So thanks very much to the guy in the comments who pointed that out to me. Hopefully I've trawled through the comments and found you again so I can screenshot you here. Thank you very, very much for bringing that to my attention. It just makes me happy to know that my content is being spread around every now and again. The more people that get to see the stuff that I make, the happier I am, really. I mean, it's not just all about that sweet, sweet ad revenue money. It's also about the fact that more people are becoming aware of Doom mods and the fact that there is this absolute treasure trove of stuff that you can still play. There's a lot of bang for your buck to be had with Doom if you just put a little bit of effort in. And I like to think that with Doom Mod Madness, I've got this kind of curated list of stuff that may not always be 100% awesome and fantastic, but definitely stuff you should be checking out. And the more people that are aware of that, the better. So yeah, hopefully I pop up on something insane like the BBC or CNN or Fox News. That would be amazing. Getting as many eyeballs as possible on the Doom Mod Madness series would be absolutely friggin' fantastic. But hey, Le Monde is certainly a good start. So, outside of the realm of Doom mods, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm actually kind of looking forward to this month. Shadow Warrior 2 is going to release in less than a week from me posting this video, and I really goddamn enjoyed the remake of Shadow Warrior. I was a big fan of the original. The remake did it justice. It was funny. It was visceral. It was an all-around good time chopping up demons, and I'm really happy to see that Shadow Warrior 2 is kind of doubling down on the choppy gore, because they've got a procedural gore engine. That prospect makes me a lot more excited than it probably should. I should probably see a psychiatrist about that, but the fact that you can carve through enemies and have the chunks and the gore, you know, accurately be rendered and spill out all over the place, that just sounds cool and makes me probably sound a little bit psychotic. But yeah, it's I'm really itching to sink my teeth into that one. I'm very intrigued with what they've done with the levels as well. They've gone from fairly standard linear design to procedural, I believe, with the levels themselves. So you'll never quite play the same layout twice. And I'm wondering how that'll factor into the actual gameplay. It seems like it's going to be a lot more loot-based. There's going to be a bit of focus on co-op as well, but at the very least, I'm expecting it to be better than Unloved. I just can't stop ragging on Unloved. Good grief. Just a huge disappointment to me. All over. Another game that I'm quite looking forward to at the end of this month is Titanfall 2. I'm just all over big stompy mech games where you've got direct control. When it comes to like RTS with big stompy mechs, that's less my jam. I want to be in the pilot seat. I want to be blasting fools from a big stompy mech, and Titanfall seems to scratch that particular itch for me. I didn't have a lot of time with the original Titanfall, but what time I had with it was extremely enjoyable. I didn't really put down any cold hard cash. I was just using a free trial, and the reason why I didn't put down any cold hard cash is because of the lack of multiplayer population, really. It really did taper off very quickly after release, and that quite frankly put me off buying into the game, even though I found it really enjoyable, and I just hope that Titanfall 2 will be as enjoyable, if not more. Quite intrigued by the fact that they've got a full-on single-player campaign in there now as well, and quite possibly the biggest obstacle that's going to be in the way of Titanfall 2 getting some success here is that it's pretty much going head-to-head with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That game doesn't release on the same week, but it's within like a week or so of Titanfall 2's release, and that's going to be a tough fight because Call of Duty is just a complete and utter juggernaut. And I gotta admit, I like my overblown space themed crap in my video games, and Call of Duty, that's tempting me ever so slightly with Infinite Warfare, but personally, for me, big stompy mechs, Titanfall 2, I'm going to be batting for that particular game. I'm just going to wait for the reviews to come out first, because if I've learned anything, it's never buy in early. Always wait maybe a day or two for the reviews to filter out, for the user reviews to come in, and be sure that you're not just throwing your goddamn money away. I mean, it should kind of be friggin' obvious by now, what with the No Man's Sky debacle. Good grief. Did you hear about the crap on the Reddit forum for that? The Reddit, subreddit, whatever you want to call it? Mod went full damage control because there was just too much anti-No Man's Sky criticism kicking around, and they just shut it the hell down, completely wiped it. It's back up now in a very limited capacity, but good grief, you gotta let the people have their say, you gotta let the people vent, otherwise it just festers and causes a place to implode. If you restrict people's ability to blow off steam, you're not solving the problem, you're just trying to brush it out of sight. And I think that's what happened with the No Man's Sky subreddit, and Reddit in general, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that's something I'll talk about another time. Anyway, now that we're nearing the end of the video, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you very much to Ben Rosenberg and Incursion Gerbil. Once again, thank you very much for supporting me via Patreon. You're in the Nutter tier. And also, thank you very much to this guy in Loon tier. Your contributions are very, very, very much appreciated. If you fancy supporting me via Patreon, the link, as usual, is in the description below and at the end of the video. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm buggering off to play Dark Souls because it is also the Return to Lordran event this week, which means that loads of players are all returning to the original Dark Souls game. It's going to get a great big boost in player population, which means you can have all the fun of invasions, of allies coming through to help you beat bosses, and you'll get many more humorous messages on the floor, possibly relating to horses and boobs. If you've been interested in Dark Souls but you've never had the time to play it, now is quite possibly one of the best times to get started. So hopefully I will see you derping around Lordran. Hopefully I'm not an asshole and don't grief you when you're not looking, but hey, that's what Dark Souls is sometimes about. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mr. Icarus. This has been the channel update. Icarus out.